Well, I bumped into my next guest about 3 weeks ago after a show at the Alex Theatre in St Kilda. I was quite mesmerised by her voice and asked her if she was a singer. And the answer was yes. Well, I thought you might like to meet her too, because she's got a fascinating voice. And her name is Lady Fox. She's on the line right now. Lady Fox, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Leigh.
Lady Fox, how did the name come about? Tell me.
It's a friend of mine and myself were working on a few charities, and as the MC and the singer for the evening, we needed to come up with a name quick, smart, and my grandmother was a furrier and a singer on radio in South Africa, and so we decided to put the two words together as being a lady and a model in one of the department stores, and Fox because she was a furrier, so we came up with Lady Fox.
There you are. So that's your stage name, Lady Fox.
It is.
And my audience would know you by that name, of course.
Yes, they would.
When I met you the other night down at the Alex Theatre, I said to you then, I said, you must be a singer. And you said to me, yes, and we talked about your vocal range and so on, because you've got this lovely, beautiful jazz blues type sound to you. Now, I can't play one of your CDs or a vocal because we don't have one available to us, and I couldn't grab one off YouTube. But you've got a fascinating voice. You really have. I watched you online. I've heard you sing, and a glorious voice. It's been said about you that your voice is mesmerising. Would you agree to that?
I would definitely take the compliment and say thank you very much.
And you've got that velvety sort of texture in your voice too, haven't you?
I do, yeah. I do have a velvety, smooth sort of texture, definitely.
When did you first realise you had a talent?
I've been singing pretty much all my life, just all the time. It's something that I've always enjoyed doing. But when I met my now husband, he said that I sounded like I could sing, so he put me in one of his uncle's bands, and then they, in turn, put me into a local swing band up in the Mount Dandenong Ranges, and became a karaoke host, and then just sang with more bands, swing bands, and eventually found myself at a venue in Flinders Street where I'm now a jazz singer called Speakeasy HQ. And, I've just been pursuing the singing there because it's something that I really enjoyed and I've always wanted to share with people, I guess.
So from your story there, you almost fell into this then. Your husband sort of pushed you into doing that, and here you are on stage doing something you enjoy doing. Yeah,
definitely thanks to him for picking it up.
Did you have any vocal coaching, any study of music over the time?
No, I haven't actually. I did do a little bit of music theory in high school, but that's about it. Most of it is just me listening to years and years of love for the very old classic jazz songs. A love that was, I think, introduced to me by my dad as a young girl.
When you talk about those artists, you're talking about Ella Fitzgerald, are you?
Billie Holiday, Nat King Cole, Sammy Davis Jr., all the greats.
Now, you're only a young lady, so how did you become then involved in jazz and blues?
I guess because of the quality of my voice and the tone that I do have when I sing. A lot of musicians would say you'd be suited to the blues and the jazz, and I guess also because I did have a background knowledge of it from a love for it. It's just where I fell into it.
Lady Fox, tell me how you choose your songs for your performances. What do you do?
Well, at the moment, I will put together a short cabaret, and the cabaret will be it'll have some sort of theme. So one of the shows I did was called With Love from Ella, and I chose songs that I guess resonated with me and that I knew of her as a singer. So things like, I can't think at the moment.
Have you got a favourite of Ella Fitzgerald's?
Probably Lady as a Tramp. I
delightful.
Sang that very well.
What a song. Do you do that one too?
I do actually, and I no longer do the show, but I do sing it in a few of my other cabarets.
Wonderful.
That I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah. What a song that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Lady Kazan? Are you a fan of hers too? Lady Kazan?
No, I have heard of it, but it's not really somebody that I've been following lately. Yeah.
And where do you see yourself in 10 years from now with all of this?
Oh, I thought you might ask me that. I was hoping it would be 5, though.
All right, well, we'll come back to 5. In 5 years' time, where do you see yourself?
Pretty much, I guess. I really want to be singing to a really broad audience and making it a major part of my life, I guess. I want it to be my income earner, I guess. I love doing it so much. It's the last thing I think of at night time. First thing I think of in the morning. I want to be doing it all the time and being able to make a living from it. So.
Well, if you love it so much, it's not really a job, is it? It's something you love to do.
Yes, that's right. So if I could love to do it and also pay my bills, that would be great.
now, when you come to learn some of these songs, obviously listening to CDs, getting a bit of the interpretation and so on, but how long does it take you to learn one of the songs?
Well, it's funny you ask that because I'm learning a few new ones at the moment. And usually if I learn one song, it'll take about 3 days.
Yep. Okay.
I just listen to it over and over again.
Because you've got to go by memory, of course. You can't get up on stage and look at a piece of sheet music, can you?
No, it's actually one of my pet hates is getting up on stage and singing from music. I hate having the music stand next to me or in front of me.
Yeah.
Because when I perform, I really like to engage with the audience. And if you've got a piece of paper in front of you and you're looking at it all the time, you miss that interaction. Yeah.
Now, what have you got coming up for us? You've got quite a lot of... I'm looking at your bio here now. You've got a lot of performances coming up. Tell us about the next ones. I've got a date here of October. I think it's coming up this week or something, isn't it? Just trying to see on your sheet here. What have you got coming up first for us? Have you got one tomorrow night from memory, haven't you?
I have got one tomorrow night. It's called Birdland.
Birdland, yes.
Yeah, 8th of October. And it's at Speakeasy HQ, which is on Flinders Street. 522 Flinders Street, just across the road from the aquarium. And it's at 10:30. It's a 10:30 slot after the Vaudeville Cavalcade that the theatre shows at 8:30. But there's... Yes, sorry?
No, you're going to do that one again on the 29th of October, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so there's two bursts of that. And we can book at trybooking.com. And what are we looking for? When you're staying Birdland, what sort of songs are you going to be performing tomorrow night for us?
So Birdland is sort of a look at a lot of the popular jazz theatres that were around from between the 20s to the 50s. So it's looking at things like the Apollo Theatre, Birdland, which is in New York City, the Cotton Club, and the Savoy, the Harlem Savoy. So I go through a story pretty much describing some of the ins and outs and ups and downs and rises and falls of these particular jazz clubs, and through that I sing songs that are known by a lot of the artists that were either found or that were resident artists.
So then you're taking us right back to that golden era of jazz, aren't you?
Pretty much, yeah. And I'm all in costume as well. So it's a full scale cabaret that I put on. Lady
Fox, tell me about the audience. In my experience, I've been seeing more and more young people come along and absorb the jazz. Am I right in saying that?
There is a really, really big influx of younger people that are interested in it. I think there's a large vintage movement at the moment, particularly in Melbourne. Things like burlesque has come back.
Yes, yes.
Vaudeville is making a huge comeback as well. And with that, you've got musicians and artists that are taking a lot of popular songs, I guess, and jazzifying them or postmoderning them, I guess you could say. So it's creating a great interest among the younger audience.
I think one of the nice things about jazz is that you get that intimate venue. It can be small. I think in one of your bios I read a smoky one. Well, we don't have a lot of smoke these days in them, but you've got that atmosphere of a small theatre, an audience that you can reach out to. How do you communicate with that audience in that sort of environment?
Well, because it is such an intimate audience and it's a small space, there is a lot of smoke, there's beautiful lighting. It becomes very comfortable, and I think it's always been a dream of mine to sing in a speakeasy, in a smoky bar. And I think
so they do smoke in there, do they?
No, there's no smoke, no cigarette smoke or cigar smoke. There's a smoke machine.
Yeah, that's right. I thought you might, yeah.
Yeah. And it just creates this level of comfort, I think, where you can ooze into the audience as you do a performance, and you can allow yourself to sing to particular audience members because you can make eye contact with them because they are so close. I guess that intimacy and interaction becomes a big part of your show each time I perform it. So.
Look, you're a lovely lady, and I do wish you well in your career. I'm sure it's going to really go from strength to strength for you, Lady Fox.
Really.
And just by chance, we met each other the other night, and I'm so glad that we did. All right, we've got two performances, Saturday the 8th and the 29th, Birdland.
Yeah.
What else is coming up?
I've got 28th of October, which is at the Volta. I'm a special guest for a Halloween special. There's also the
North
Velvet.
Melbourne.
Yeah, North Melbourne, that's right. There's also the Velvet Lounge, which is going to be a charity for the Brain Cancer Institute of Australia, and I'm going to be a headline act for that particular event as well.
Now, that's November the 11th?
November the 11th, that's right. I'm also doing a pin-up competition in Rosebud for a vintage pin-up comp in Rosebud on Sunday the 27th. I've also got a few other dates that I have to still put in, and they'll all be on my website.
All right, but what's the website? Tell us.
Lady Fox Performs, all one word, lowercase.com. That's it.
That's
Lady
easy.
Fox
Lady
easy.
Fox Performs. Good. Lady Fox, good to talk to you. Nice to catch up with you again. And I do wish you well for this weekend, for tomorrow, and a great time down there at HQ, you call it, down in Flinders Lane.
Flinders Street.
Flinders Street.
Right across from the aquarium. Actually, before you go, RME Entertainment, which is the entertainment company from Speakeasy HQ, have offered all of your listeners today, should they hear this interview, to come into one of my shows to see Lady Fox. You can go to my webpage to find all the dates and ticket links.
Right.
But if you say Knuckles sent you at the door when you come and present your tickets, you can go and get yourself buy one, get one free drink.
All right, so Knuckles sent you 1 for 1. That's lovely. Thank you very much for doing that. That's really good. Okay, Lady Fox, we'll leave you there and wish you all the best for tomorrow night. Keep singing. I love it.
I will. Thank you,
Okay.
Leigh.
Thank you, dear.
Bye.
Bye-bye to you. Got a lovely voice. Look online, look on YouTube, and you have a listen. Listen to the song called Summertime. She does it so well, and you won't be disappointed.